Comic book companies have used different tactics to boost sales, from the death of a character, tearing up comics of one company and sending them in to get something else from the other, and even putting real blood and ashes of someone into their ink being used for a certain comic. The most recent tactic is variant covers, companies ordering dozens of covers for one book. Is this idea a good or a bad one, and who does it truly benefit?
I guess I do like the idea of variants. I have several variants of certain books and stuff like that. I collect newer, modern series of books. So a series I'm into nowadays come up with a lot of variants that are really good looking. For me, it's just a few because for the most part, I don't want to go broke buying a lot of variants because you'd be surprised how much money you can spend on just one book. The new TMT series that that's Ronin spend nearly I think like $500 just to have all of them, if not more, because there's one that's literally going for like $800 on eBay right now. I collect several comic variants. I have one book in particular that is Venom Priest, I guess from the 2018 series, and I have several variants. I had a lot more variants, but I gave some away.
With variant covers, I'm not a huge fan just because they make so many of them, and in my opinion, it just becomes very expensive trying to collect here and there, especially when you see a higher rarity one and you collect one of those, and it feels like now I have to get every single one of 25 for each comic. Also, I feel like some of these smaller shops have to buy more bulk of comic books to get those, and just seems like a lot of extra work for someone to get that extra rarity on it. I mean, I still get variant covers whenever I see them here and there, but I don't necessarily go fishing for them. I don't try too hard to grab one. I do see a lot of variant covers that kind of drop in price here and there, and I'll try to snag them that way. But I can think of someone who spent maybe $30 on a nice variant cover that I end up snagging for $5 here and there. So I can see the market kind of hurting people at times. I think with variant covers, you're gonna constantly see them coming out. They're gonna push as many as they can. Comic books have been a huge market, especially for nostalgia. A lot of people with money out there who are just buying them nonstop. Me, I'm usually short on some of the money, so I'll buy the issues I want to get and things like that. But I don't stress too hard on trying to get some of those rare variants. But I don't see them stopping that anytime soon.
We spoke with the manager of a local comic book store to get their opinion on variant covers as well as being the one selling them to the customer.
At the rate they're coming out right now, I think it is a bad thing. If they would limit the variants that they make each issue, it could be a good thing. But the over flooding of the market, if you will, of the variant covers, I do not think is a good thing. I think they actually hurt the comic store. An example would be a particular anniversary or main event. Even we'll just say they're introducing a character. Any sort of little extra event that happens automatically means there's 10 different covers. Um, and with that, that means in order to be eligible for five of those covers, we as a comic book store have to order a significantly higher amount of copies of that issue. Otherwise, we're not eligible to get those copies, which is what the collectors nowadays are looking for, the rare variants. So I think that having more variant covers isn't necessarily a good thing. It is actually hurting us.
Comic book sales have been increasing over the years. Digital comics have been increasing as well. Will variant covers start to appear on digital comics as well?
Really don't think it will because I guess variants, I guess to have so many books, you would have to have so much information you have to put into the program and stuff like that. So I think all that would be kind of unnecessary as far as I think they're just trying to get you straight to the story other than what the story looks like as far as the covers go.
I mean, in all honesty, we are everybody. We're moving more digital. The further we progress. So I hope they don't, because you do have the people that do still like the feel of a comic book in their hands. So if everything starts slowly moving to digital, that will go away.
Sales in comics have been increasing over the years, so maybe these tactics do help in some ways. With the current number of comic variants upsetting some, causing them to refuse to buy, as well as increased sales in digital comics and subscriptions, can that all change? We'll just have to wait and see.